Order of operations. Calculators, computers, and all other programmable devices follow a sequence in which operations are applied to make calculations. For example, 2 times 5, 2 times 5 plus 4 is always equal to 14. If we write 4 plus 5 times 2, that will be also 14. So what is the reason? If we read from left to right, and that's the way English is read, we should in fact multiply 2 times 5, which is 10, and then add 4 to it, and that makes sense in the first case that it becomes 14. But what happens on the second line? If we apply from left to right, if we apply the operation 4 plus 5, which gives us 9, 9 times 2, this should be equal to 18, but it's always calculated as 14. Doesn't matter whichever way you put in. The reason is because multiplication is always applied first and then addition is applied. So if we were to, let me give an explanation for this. If calculator was to make calculations, the calculator will make calculations this way: 4 plus 5 times 2. Well, in the first calculation, 4 plus, and first it will multiply. So that will give us 10, and then it will add. Then it will become 14. That's how this is called the order of operation. It means that multiplication is always done first, and then the addition is calculated. Only until we force this change in sequence otherwise by using brackets. So if we want to change this sequence and we make use of brackets, otherwise if we write 4 plus 5 and then put the brackets around this times 5, now this time addition is going to be calculated first, because what bracket always takes the precedence than any other operation. So whatever happens inside the bracket, that is calculated first, and then it means if we look at the sequence just for these three operations, the brackets are calculated first, brackets, and then multiplication is being multiplication, and then addition. So if we were to calculate this, then now the brackets will be calculated. So this will be 4 plus 5 will be 9, and then we multiply, that will be 5, and this time it will become 45. So you can see that if we mess up with this order of operation, the result could be entirely different, and we may end up with entirely different answer. In fact, the sequence of operations can be remembered by this one word, order of operation. I use the word bed mass. So order of operations by the word bed mass. Bed mass is B stands for brackets. It means brackets are calculated first, and then exponents are calculated, and then D for division is calculated, and then M for multiplication is calculated, and then addition is calculated, and then subtraction. So this is the order of operation. First, if we have an expression, first we're going to look for the bracket. If there is a bracket, then everything within bracket will be calculated first, and then we will see if there is an exponent that will be calculated, then division, then multiplication, then addition, and then at the end subtraction. Let's take a look on this example here. We will apply this principle to this example and see what we get. Evaluate 3 plus 5 times 10 divided by 2 minus 4. So there is no bracket, so we can't really use any bracket because bracket is not present. There is no exponent, so we cannot apply that component as well. The next order, the highest order, is division, which is present, so we are going to apply division first. Everything else will stay same. 3 plus 5 times, and this division will be calculated first. So 10 divided by 2 will make it 5. We got the answer. Everything else is same. Now once division is done, so here we did the division part, and now we are going to look if there is a multiplication sign. Yes, there is a multiplication sign, and we are going to multiply. So 3 plus 5 times 5 is 25 minus 4. So multiplication is also done. There is no multiplication sign now left inside. So now we are going to add, because the addition always takes the precedence over subtraction. So 3 plus 25 would be 28 minus 4, and then 28 minus 4 will be 28 minus 4 will be 24. So this would be the answer. So this is the order in which we calculate expressions. And one thing is very important, and that is that if you have two operators of the same kind, and then which one takes the precedence. So I'm going to write it here. Important. Two operators at the same level of precedence. Two operators with same level of precedence are applied from left to right. And the example of this could be very interesting example. If you have a question where it says evaluate 5 divided by 5 divided by 2. Now, because there is only one division, that is the operator that is present in this expression. Which one you are going to calculate, this part or this part? Obviously, in this case, both are at the same level of precedence. So now you are going to apply from left to right. So this time 5 divided by 5 from left to right will be applied first. This will result 5 divided by 5 will be 1. Then divided by 2, and this will give you 1 over 2, or the answer will be 0.5. If you wouldn't apply this in the required order, then if you were to calculate this other one first, you will have a different result. If you were to do this otherwise, then that would be 2.5, which will definitely give you a, so this is wrong. That's how you do the evaluate the expressions. Let's do a couple of more questions in order to make this concept more clear. Example. Evaluate 3 power 2 plus 1. If you look at the word BADMAS, brackets come first and then comes the exponent. As there is no bracket, so the exponent must be calculated first. 3 power 2 means 3 times 3 plus 1, that is 9 plus 1. So we are converting the exponent to a standard form. 3 square is equal to 9, and then 9 plus 1 is equal to 10. Another question here. Evaluate 3 plus 1 whole square. Now what? There is bracket as well as exponent, but what will be calculated first? In the word BADMAS, B comes first, means bracket will be calculated first. So this would mean that inside the bracket the indicated operation is addition of 3 and 1. That will be performed, and then once we get 4, then we are going to simplify 4 power 2, which means 4 times 4, that is equal to 16. So this way we can convert 4 square in exponential form to its equivalent standard form. Let's do another question here. And in this question, we are going to multiply 2 times minus 3 power 2 minus 5 whole bracket 2. Now we have exponent, we have brackets, and we have the smaller brackets which are called parentheses. So we will first calculate the bracket. We always calculate from inside out. So we are keeping everything else same, but we will calculate this minus 3 power. If you guys remember, we did that negative base power even is always positive. So here it doesn't matter whether minus 3 power 2 or it's still going to be minus 3 times minus 3 minus 3 times minus 3 will be equal to plus 9. So this is 9 minus 5, and now because there is another bracket and we have to make all the necessary calculations inside the brackets before we simplify the exponent, therefore we are going to simplify this expression first. But in order to simplify this expression, we can see that we got a multiplication and we got a subtraction. Therefore, we know that multiplication should be done first. So this would be 18 minus 5 and then whole square. And now inside the bracket still there is an expression. 18 minus 5 is 13 and then square, and 13 times 13 is 169 in standard form. So this is the answer. Now we do another question, and in this question we are going to evaluate minus 8 divided by 4 power 3. Here again in the word BADMAS, brackets come first and then the exponent. So whatever is inside the bracket, that must be calculated first. Inside the bracket, what is there is minus 8 divided by 4, and you know that we can change this division sign into multiplication sign if we reciprocate the last one, that the number which is being divided. So this would be 4. And if we want to, now we can multiply minus 8 times 1 would be minus 8 over 4. This is equal to minus 2. So here we got minus 2 power 3, and minus 2 power 3 means minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2. We can easily convert it into standard form. Minus 2 times minus 2. Whenever you multiply two numbers, you multiply sign with sign and number with number. Negative times negative is positive. 2 times 2 is 4. Times minus 2, again sign with sign, number with number. So positive times negative is negative. 4 times 2 is 8. You remember that opposite signs, whenever multiply, the answer is always negative. Same signs multiply, answer is always positive. And one more question, and this question is evaluate 81 square over 9 square plus minus 9 square. So if we want to evaluate this expression, we can see that the whole 81 square is being divided by the denominator. So we should actually make this clear by putting the brackets, because 81 square is divided by the entire denominator. So we should calculate the denominator first. The expression in the denominator must be calculated first, because 81 square is being divided by the entire denominator. This line continues from start all the way to the end. Therefore, we got to calculate the denominator first. So what would be denominator? If you take a look on the denominator, this is 9 square plus minus 9 square. Now we can see that negative base has even power. It doesn't make any difference. So what is going to happen? This is 9 square plus 9 square again. Now this is equal to 9 square is 81. 9 times 9 plus 9 times 9. This is again 81. So this is 2 times 81. If we take a look here, then we can write this 81 square over 2 times 81, and we can see that 81 square is 81 times 81 over 2 times 81, and we can see that this can be cancelled as an equivalent fraction, and we are left with 81 over 2